Parents and teachers, what's up? This is a video for your child, for your students. Hey, students, what's up? My name is Seth with SethPro.com. I'm an executive function coach based out of Boulder, Colorado, and today I'm going to teach you about how to do a study sprint. And this is the 333 study sprint, the 333 study sprint. So here's the problem. You got a lot of homework to do. It's overwhelming. You don't even know where to start. And when you don't know where to start and you're overwhelming and it's very abstract as to what you got to do, you want to procrastinate. You don't feel motivated. You don't feel like doing it. I'll do it later. I'll do it tomorrow. Get off my back. Leave me alone, mom and dad. I've got this. Why don't you just trust me? I'm going to do it in a few minutes. Meanwhile, in your head, it's like, where do I even start? And when we are overwhelmed and we don't know where to start, what do? We procrastinate, we push it back, we avoid, and we either get it done later on or we don't get it done at all. And what often happens when people do this a lot is that they end up with a lot of missings, incompletes, late work, zeros. These are people who have a lot of test corrections, and these are people who really their grades are suffering and they're not learning as much because they don't even know where to start. So the 333 method is what I call a study sprint. And I work with students all the time. My name is Seth Pro. I'm an executive function coach based out of Boulder, Colorado. I help struggling students navigate this thing called education. And I work with my students here in Colorado, and it's really hard for them to even know where to start. So here is how this method works. Basically, you're going to set a timer for 3 minutes like this. I love timers. I use them with my students all the time because they are concrete, they are auditory, they are kinesthetic. You can touch them, you can see them, they're very visual. So I use these timers a lot. And using this timer is going to help you because it makes it more real, it makes it more concrete, makes it easier to get your stuff done. So you're going to set it for 3 minutes. We've gone 15 seconds already on this 3 minutes. And during that 3 minutes, you're going to prep and plan. What does that mean? It means you set it for 3 minutes and you're going to prep and plan. You're going to pull out what you need. Maybe you need a highlighter, maybe you need a pen, maybe you need your planner, maybe you need a book, maybe you need a worksheet, whatever you need for this little tiny study sprint 30-minute session, you get it out. You grab what you need from your backpack, you clean off your desk, you clean off your study area, you get rid of clutter, you get prepped. You prep your area and you plan for what you're going to do. So meanwhile, during this 3 minutes, I'm also going to plan. So my plan may be, okay, well, I'm going to work on this math sheet, or I'm going to write this draft of this paper, I'm going to read a few chapters of this book, or whatever. So you prep. Now let's say the timer goes off early. It doesn't matter. When the timer goes off, just hit stop and if you're still prepping, just keep prepping until you're done prepping and planning. So if it takes you 5 minutes, if it takes you 7 minutes, who cares? But what's just happened is you have just tricked yourself into taking action. You have just tricked yourself into overcoming the procrastination. You still may not feel motivated to do it, but it doesn't matter. I don't tell people that they should feel motivated. What I tell my students is that it doesn't matter if we feel motivated or not. If we want to be successful in life, we have to figure out how to get stuff done that needs to get done no matter how we feel. Whether or not we feel motivated doesn't matter. It's got to get done. And if we don't figure this out and we struggle with executive function, we don't figure out how to get stuff done, we are going to struggle in life as adults in a big way. And I do not want that to happen to you. I want you to have a great life filled with possibilities, freedom, fun, joy, connection, engagement, meaningful activities in your life. Okay, so in order to be able to have the freedom you want in your life, we do have to be able to get stuff done. So the 3 minutes is going on. You prep and plan. In the 3 minutes, what do? You prep your area and you plan what you're going to do. Then once your 3 minutes or 5 minutes or whatever it takes, it doesn't matter, but you've just started taking action and getting ready. Next, you're going to get into the phase of execution, where you're going to start to execute whatever you planned to do. Now, so much of what I teach my students is just a mental game. It's tricking the mind into getting things done. That was the timer. I'll explain this in a minute. So it's tricking the mind. So you've just tricked your mind into getting started. Now we got to get some momentum, okay? You got a little bit started. You planned what you got to do. You pulled some stuff out. You at least got over the hump for 3 minutes. 3 minutes is very easy for the mind to digest. Yes, I can do 3 minutes of getting ready. But now we need to get the train moving. So a train at a standstill is very hard to get moving. Now we need to get some momentum with the train. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go back to our timer here, and we're going to set it from 3 minutes, and we're going to set it for 30 minutes total. 30 minutes. Now, you can set it for 35, you can set it for 20, you can set it for 15, you can set it for 50. I do not care. But with the 333 method, we're just going to use 30 to be simple to at least get started. You're going to press your timer, and now you are going to start 30 focused minutes of whatever you're doing. If you get done early, let's say you have math, and you get done in 20 minutes, then you're done. Let's say you get done in 10 minutes, then you're done. But whatever, you're going to set it for 30 minutes and you're going to get the train moving. You're going to get momentum. This is very important. Now, what if you are going and the beeper goes off at 30 minutes, but you still have more to do and you have momentum? What do you think you should do if you have good momentum? You should continue. If you're someone who struggles with motivation and you procrastinate a lot and you've got some momentum, go with it. Trust me, I work with students like this all the time. If you're already going and the beeper goes off, but you could keep going, keep going. Some people will say, oh no, you should stop and take a break. Well, what happens when my students take a break is they get derailed and they think they're going to take a 5-minute break and they end up taking a 5-day break. They may never get back to the assignment, or it may be very painful, or their homework arguments, or they take a 23-minute break instead of a 5-minute break, and then they're up too late, and then they're tired in the morning, So just if you have momentum, keep it going. But after this 30 minutes is done, if you're ready for a little break or you're ready to stop, then you go to the next 3. So we had 3 minutes of what? Planning and prepping. Then we have 30 minutes of what? Of focus. And then we have 3 minutes of reflection. So here's what that means. You finish your 30 minutes, let's say. We're going to stop here, set it for 3 minutes again. And now the 3 minutes is gone again, and this is reflection. What does that mean? It means you look at your plan, you look at what you did, and you say, okay, I was going to work on math and focus. How focused was I? Did I get done what I needed to get done? What do I need to do next? Should I stay working on this assignment? Should I shift to another assignment? So the final 3 minutes is a time for reflection, to just sort of stop and say, what in the world is going on? I've been trying to focus for 30 minutes. How's it going? Where do we go from here? So to recap, here's the problem. Students get overwhelmed. It's too abstract. They don't know where to start. When they don't know where to start and it feels overwhelming, what do? We procrastinate, which causes a lot of problems. So what are we trying to do? We're trying to get over the procrastination so that we can get some momentum and get some stuff done. How do we do that? Number 1, we take 3 minutes and we plan and prep. Number 2, we take 30 minutes and we focus. Number 3, we take 3 minutes and we reflect and figure out what in the world is going on and where we need to go from here. So try this method out. Try it out a lot. Try it out 5 or 10 times consistently and see if it helps your life. Again, the specifics don't matter. Maybe planning and prepping is 2 minutes. Maybe it's 10 minutes. Maybe the execution phase is 30 minutes. Maybe it's 10. Maybe it's an hour. These things don't matter, but it's a great framework to get you started, get in some better habits, and bust through that procrastination so you can get your stuff done in a reasonable amount of time so that you can have more freedom and more fun in your life altogether, not only now, but also in your future. All right, my name is Seth with SethPerlo.com. I'm an executive function coach here in Boulder, Colorado, and I help struggling students navigate this thing called education. If you like this, give it a thumbs up or subscribe or leave a comment. What do you think? What methods do you use that help you take action and bust through procrastination? What ideas do you have that you can share with all of us? I will see you soon. Take care.